Hey guys, it's Casey's Politics. So today I'll be making my 2026 governor prediction. We haven't done one of these in a few months, so we're going to revisit it for the upcoming November elections. So, as of always, we're going to start off with the safe Republican states Republicans don't need to worry about at all. We have Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, South Carolina, Florida, Alaska, we'll put that in there, Idaho, Wyoming, Vermont with the liberal Republican governor Phil Scott, and that should be the safe Republican states. Now we're going to do safe Democrat states, of course. We have Maryland, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. We'll put Maine there. New York, I think Hochul maybe gets over 10. We'll have to see there. Illinois, Minnesota with Klobuchar. And then we have Colorado, New Mexico, Hawaii, California. Now we're going to fill out a little bit more competitive states now. Firstly with Texas, Greg Abbott running for re-election. He's a pretty popular governor. He has decent approval ratings. I expect him to hold on pretty much no problem. Kansas, this will be a flip. Incumbent Democrat Laura Kelly is term limited. Democrats really aren't putting up any decent candidates, really. Republicans will probably put up incumbent Secretary of State Scott Schwab, who is probably going to get the nomination. There's a few other Republicans running, but I expect Schwab to be the nominee. Then we have Iowa. Democrats have been targeting this race. They are running incumbent Auditor Rob Sand, who's the only statewide elected Democrat in Iowa. Rob Sand is a pretty overrated candidate. He barely won in 2022 against a pretty weak Republican candidate. And with Iowa just trending more red, I expect Republicans to win it, especially with Randy Feenstra being the Republican nominee, who's a decent candidate. He has pretty decent experience, and I expect him to win there. And then likely Democrat states, Oregon. Democratic governors in Oregon are pretty unpopular because they just don't run the state very well. I think Kotek will win by around 8 probably, but she'll probably end up winning by more potentially. Same thing with Pennsylvania. Josh Shapiro, he has decent approval ratings, even though he's going to face a decent Republican statewide elected official, Stacey Garrity. But I expect Shapiro to hold on. We missed a likely Republican state. We're going to put in New Hampshire. Kelly Ayotte, the incumbent Republican governor. She's a great candidate. Democrats really aren't contesting the race too much. So now we're going to go to the lean states. Firstly, starting off with Nevada. Joe Lombardo, this might as well be likely, but Joe Lombardo has good approval ratings. He's going to face a decent Democrat candidate, though, Attorney General Aaron Ford. Republicans continue to do good with voter registration, so I expect Lombardo to win by around 4-5. Then we have Ohio. Vivek, not a very strong candidate. Democrats aren't really running a strong candidate either. I think Vivek's going to be aided by Trump potentially coming to the state to campaign for Husted in the Senate and Vivek, so that's going to definitely drive up the rural white working class turnout in Ohio. That's key for Republicans to win there. So now we have 4 states left. We are going to start off with Wisconsin. Republicans are going to run Tom Tiffany, who's a decent candidates, nothing really special. Democrats can either run Mandela Barnes, which would be a pretty bad candidate for them, or Sarah Rodriguez, who is the incumbent lieutenant governor. I'm not even really sure I can make a call in this race. I think it's going to be pretty close, but I think as of now, Democrats have the advantage. Tiffany's going to make up a lot of ground in suburban Milwaukee, and that's definitely going to help. So now we have Georgia. The Republican primary is Chris Carr versus Burt Jones. I think Chris Carr would be a lot stronger of a candidate than Burt Jones. Democrats are running Keisha Lance Bottoms, who's not really that great of a candidate. She's going to obviously get a lot of black support, and that's going to help. But I think Burt Jones is going to do better in the more wealthy white suburbs than Trump did. Maybe one of the last statewide elections Republicans will win in Georgia for a while, with Georgia just changing in a lot of ways. So I expect Burt Jones to narrowly pull it off. But this race is essentially a toss-up as of now. Last 2, we have Arizona and Michigan. Now, I think even though Katie Hobbs is relatively unpopular, she's not really facing too strong of a challenge in Andy Biggs. There hasn't really been too much polling for this race. Again, this is one of those toss-ups, but I think Hobbs has the advantage. As of now, even though Republicans have had great voter registration trends over the last couple of years, that's definitely going to help. But I think as of now, Hobbs has the advantage due to the national environment, and we don't really know too much about this race yet. Last state is Michigan. The Democrat mayor of Detroit, Mike Duggan, is running as an independent. He's already picked up a lot of Democrat endorsements. I think Duggan is going to mostly take votes away from Democrats, but I think he's definitely going to take a lot of votes away from Republicans. Democrats are running, though. Jocelyn Benson. Republicans are running John James, even though there's been rumors of James dropping out to run for re-election to his House seat. I think he's going to continue his run for governor. James is a pretty decent candidate. So there is going to be a third party taking votes away from both candidates, but I think Democrats narrowly are going to be able to pull it out just because of the national environment and white working class turnout being down. So this is the February 2026 governor prediction. Let me guys know what you think. Comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Like the video. Thank you guys for watching. This is Casey's Politics.